Good morning and welcome back to the Mining Stock Daily Morning Briefing, presented by the Clear Commodity Network and delivering today's top news in mining and mineral exploration. From the new ClearCom studios, here's your host, Trevor Hall.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Mining Stock Daily Morning Briefing. It is Thursday, July 23rd. We'll get you into the last couple days of trading here. Metals are pulling back this morning after a strong run. Gold's down 1.1% to $4,083 an ounce. Silver's off 2.1% to $58.44. Copper is slightly lower to $6.42 a pound. Meanwhile, energy is surging. Brent crude is up 4.5% to $98.33 a barrel and threatening $100. WTI is up 4% to $90.35. The divergence between metals and energy this morning has one obvious explanation. Iran's Houthi allies in Yemen struck two Saudi oil tankers overnight. The Saudi press agency confirmed that the Encilia was hit and said all crew members are safe. The attack is part of a naval blockade Houthi forces declared on July 20th, targeting vessels servicing Saudi ports through the Bab al-Mandab Strait. At least 9 tankers have already changed course since the blockade was announced, including a Chinese VLCC that aborted its passage and turned back in the Red Sea. Brent's now threatening that $100 line as the market prices in disruption to one of the world's most important energy trade routes. On the demand side of the equation for metals and energy alike, evidence is mounting that the U.S. industrial rebound is taking hold and broadening beyond the data center-driven AI boom. Bloomberg flagged this morning that manufacturing sectors beyond tech infrastructure are now seeing renewed activity, but the piece comes with some caution. The rebound is fragile without two things: more electricity and a bigger trained workforce. That's important context for the metals complex. A broader U.S. industrial rebound is a demand catalyst for copper, steel, and energy. The question is whether the infrastructure to support it is being built fast enough. We'll get to the news out of the miners and explorers here in just a moment, but first a quick word about today's sponsor. The morning briefing today is brought to you by Revival Gold. Revival is one of the largest pure gold mine developers operating in the United States. The company is advancing the Mercer Gold Project in Utah, and mine permitting preparations and ongoing exploration are happening at Bear Track Arnett in Idaho. Revival Gold is listed on the TSX Venture Exchange with the symbol RVG and trades on the OTCQX with RVLGF. Learn more about the company at revival-gold.com.
From power generation to steelmaking, coal still drives the global economy. And the Coal Trader podcast from Clear Commodity Network is where the industry comes to talk about it. Join me, Matt Warder, and my partner Joe Aldina as we break down the latest trends in thermal and met coal, explore shifting market dynamics, and sit down with industry veterans and executives for unfiltered, insightful conversations. Listen to Coal Trader Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or at clearcommodity.net. Clear Commodity Network, digital news on the physical markets.
And here's what you need to know this morning. Lots of drill results out this morning, so let's get started with Tocvan Ventures. They've discovered a new high-grade silver-gold zone at surface located just 900 meters east of its permitted 50,000-ton pilot facility at the Gran Pilar gold-silver project in Sonora, Mexico. The standout intercept of hole 152 returned 1.5 meters, grading 2.16 grams per ton gold and 581 grams per ton silver, sitting within a broader 9.2 meter zone of 0.43 grams per ton gold and 110 grams per ton silver from a depth of 27.5 meters. Its consistent near-surface mineralization has returned in 3 of the 4 holes tested, with the zone open along trend and aligned with a strong soil geochemical anomaly. Tocvan is targeting first gold and silver doré at Gran Pilar in Q4 of this year. They trade on the CSE with a simple TOC and on the OTCQB with TCVNF. Fitzroy Minerals is continuing to impress at the Buen Retiro copper project in Chile, reporting 15 new drill holes from the Tenerita area. The headline hole, hole 72, returned 111.9 meters of 0.97% copper from just 21.1 meters depth, and included 18 meters of 1.59% copper and 18 meters of 1.91% copper. Its companion hole, hole 70, cut 147.7 meters of 0.41% copper from a depth of 26.3 meters. With 4 drill rigs turning and the company targeting Tenerita drill out by August to support a pre-feasibility study, the company is looking at a production timeline out to 2028. Fitzroy Minerals trades on the venture with FTZ and on the OTCQX with FTZFF. Osisko Metals is out with new results from the Gaspé copper gold project in Quebec. 12 new holes from the 2026 program included a headline intercept of 320.5 meters, averaging 0.38% copper, plus 337 meters of 0.35% copper, 207.5 meters of 0.43% copper, and a focused 77 meter interval of 0.67% copper, all coming from hole 1206. 7 drills are currently active at site, expanding the resource both within and beyond the existing Whittle pit volume. The company's current measured and indicated resource stands at 1.83 billion tons, averaging 0.32% copper equivalent. Osisko Metals trades on the TSX with OM and on the OTCQX with OMZNF. McFarlane Lake Mining has dramatically expanded the strike length of the Golden Lake deposit at its Juby Gold project in the Abitibi Greenstone Belt of Ontario, with new holes widening the deposit and extending the gold-bearing corridor from 0.75 kilometers to almost 2 kilometers. The best new holes, hole 83A and hole 83, intersected 179 meters of 0.87 grams per ton gold from a depth of 34 meters and 155 meters of 0.9 grams per ton gold from a depth of 65.8 meters, respectively, with the mineralization in both cases emerging unexpectedly in the hanging wall of the existing pit shell and offering real expansion potential. McFarlane Lake Mining trades on the CSE with MLM and on the OTC with MLMLF. Tiger Gold has returned 2 massive intercepts at the Ceibal target within its Quinchilla gold project in Colombia. Hole 11 cut 685 meters at 0.6 grams per ton gold from surface and included 12 meters of 1.5 grams per ton and 20 meters of 1.2 grams per ton in the upper part of the hole. Hole 12 returned 568 meters at 0.6 grams per ton from a depth of 309.5 meters downhole. The company has outlined a mineralized corridor at Ceibal as at least 300 meters of strike and approximately 375 meters of width, open at depth and in multiple directions. The assays from 3 additional step-out holes pending that could roughly double the interpreted footprint. Tiger Gold trades on the venture with TIGR and on the OTCQB with TGRGF. And Kirkland Lake Discoveries is expanding the Murado Gold system at its KL South project in the Kirkland Lake region of Ontario. Today's results showed growth in 3 directions simultaneously. Hole 17 hit almost 19 grams per ton gold over 6.7 meters below the historical resource footprint and included 125.91 grams per ton over 1 meter. Hole 19 delivered a half gram per ton gold over 91 meters from near surface, expanding the south zone footprint 130 meters to the northwest, and hole 13 extended the north zone by 85 meters. The company has also completed its first regional hole at the MZ zone, 500 meters west of Murado, where intense hydrothermal alteration and sulfide mineralization, visually comparable to the best mineralized Murado holes, suggest the prospective corridor extends well beyond the known deposit. Kirkland Lake Discoveries trades on the venture with KLDC and on the OTCQB with KLKLF. All right, that's a wrap here this morning on the Morning Briefing. It is produced by Clear Commodity Network. It's distributed throughout the world through your podcast network of choice and at clearcommodity.net. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Be well. The information presented should not be considered investment advice. Mining Stock Daily and its affiliates are not responsible for any loss arising from any investment decision in connection with the material presented herein. Please do your own research or speak with a licensed financial representative before making any investment decisions.